Well, here we are. First Sunday stream that isn't Rust or Siege, probably ever. We're going to try something different. I'm going to play a bit of PS2. I'm going to play a bit of Final Fantasy X, because I didn't realise I had it. I've also never completed it. I don't think I've ever completed a Final Fantasy game.
Hello there.
Well, thank you for following. So, I'm going to play some Final Fantasy X. I've never completed any Final Fantasy game. My first Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy VIII. Hey man, how are you doing? I'm just talking about the history of my history of Final Fantasy. Everybody always says that Final Fantasy VII is the best Final Fantasy, and I'm inclined to agree with them, but I think Final Fantasy is a bit like Bond. The Bond that you grow up with is the Bond that I will always love Pierce Brosnan, showing my age there. But my first Bond film was Tomorrow Never Dies, and it will always be like the best Bond film to me. So for that reason, Final Fantasy VII is not my favorite Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VIII is. It's PlayStation Platinum version, so it's not the one that I got when I was a kid. But I will be moving on to this, where I complete this. This is Final Fantasy 7 through to 10 on my Final Fantasies. Those are the Final Fantasies that I enjoy playing. I have 7, 8, and 9 on PS3. I have them on PSP. I had them all on original PlayStation. Final Fantasy VIII is the only one I've got on an original disc now. So we can talk about it all morning, or we can do a little bit of nostalgia. If I go to the game. Now, hopefully, this will work. There we go. Isn't that a lovely sound? I don't remember the last time I played this game. Bow, 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 bow. There is the minigame on this. I love the minigames in all these games. So 9 and 8 had card games. 7 had chocobo racing and breeding. And yeah. I think the only reason I didn't complete this one is once you got to the point where you could just travel around the world map freely, I would do nothing but play Blitzball. I just became a pro Blitzball. The game was about Blitzball for me. I traveled place to place, getting the best Blitzball players, putting together this team and playing Blitzball. That's it. That's all I did. Which is probably why I didn't complete it. And then I don't know, I don't think I even tried Final Fantasy 11. I don't think I tried Final Fantasy X2. I think 12 was the next time I tried a Final Fantasy game. I played the online version for a bit. Nothing grabbed as the same as these ones. I did nearly buy the remaster for this. So my worst part of this game, and I think it's why I put this game off all the time, I don't quite mind the start to Final Fantasy VIII. I've completely forgotten the start of Final Fantasy VII. I only just completed Final Fantasy VII this year, the remake. Start of Final Fantasy. Oh, it's the train. Actually, Final Fantasy VII has the best start by a long shot. Then Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX. I do not enjoy. But this one feels like the most dull, and I'll get to the bit that feels dull when I get to it, and then there's like a second starting. Right. Do I need to talk? I'll talk to these guys.
Can I have your autograph?
This was the first one with voice acting in as well,
course.
which was quite fun at the time. Come on.
Good luck tonight.
Yeah, it's the first one with voice acting, which is the reason why it's one of the first ones where you can't name every character.
Oh, if I score a goal, I'll do this. That will mean it was for you, okay?
You're such a player, Titus. There we go. Right.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
Foot rest. That's what I need. I need a foot rest.
Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well...
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
I mean, technically you can't tomorrow if you can't tonight.
Promise.
Although I know why you can't tonight, so... But still. When I normally replay my 8s, my 7s, my 9s, I play with a walkthrough, which is always quite odd because I'm playing walkthrough on my phone and then I'm on the PSP because I play them on PSP. PS Vita, technically.
I was in a coffee
But I'm going to
shop
try
running
not
away
to
from
do
home
that.
when I heard the news. Our hero,
This is
Jet,
it. This is the bit
gone,
that I hate.
vanished into thin air.
It's like playing Sonic, except I
My
can't
dad
jump.
must have been his biggest fan.
Temperature is it? It is 11 degrees right now. My toes are cold. Man, those graphics were absolutely fucking killer at the time. Still kind of are, aren't they? Look at that, man. They really went all out. Like, 7 had some class music, but I think 10's probably the one that I get stuck in my head all the time. All of them. This is better Siege. This is like 90s Siege. That's a lie. I've played 90s Tom Clancy Rainbow Six. I've got 90s Tom Clancy Rainbow Six on this, and it is dreadful. It does not play like a first-person shooter at all. So he is Tidus's father's friend. I'm not going to spoil the next bit. But Tidus's father got sucked into the other world. We're about to get sucked into the other world. What's his name? He was one of my favourite characters. I like this little thingy. I always thought that was the coolest bit. And then he had cool glasses and he sat with a sword on his shoulder. There he is. Look at him.
Orin!
What's
What are
that
you
for?
doing here?
Oh, those are just people waiting for you. This one came out... When the hell did this one come out? 2001? 2002? Do I have the sword or does he give me the sword? Why do I feel like his name's Oron? You'll get the hang of it pretty quickly too.
I hope you know how to use it.
He's clearly demonstrated that he doesn't. Right.
These ones don't matter. Cut through.
Oh, I forgot about the fucking time system on the side. That's like new. So like this, on this side of the screen that you've got here, that's basically the turn order. So I know that Monster B is going to attack next, then Tidus, then Monster C, then Monster B, which let me, as a player, more like tactically decide things. And it changes like when you put power break, things like haste and all that kind of stuff on. What's... Oh, shite. Cool, that was just skip. So yeah, so he's skipped his turn, which I think affects the player order. But yeah, you just attack that. And you attack that one. So A must have been that one. Attack on both sides now. Yeah. Right. I think this is the first watch, technically. Minor technicality.
Get out of my town!
Some can't
Get
wait
out of
to
my
die.
town! Overdrive is like a limit break. If you don't know what a limit, like, that's such a thing. Overdrive's like this other thing in the Final Fantasy thing that you don't know, so I'm going to compare it to that. It's on the screen. When a character's overdrive gauge beneath the HP MP display is full, character may use a special unique attack once. Press left. Cool. But yeah, so basically we hit left. Special move. We're just going to hit all of these guys with this, which is cool. All right. Yeah, overdrive side. These ones on this one. Remember that. It's like a Tither thing from or a Zell thing from 7 and 8. Just the big one. Right. Titus's overdrive spiral cut. Let's go. Let's go. I can't remember anything. Well, what do I need to press? X. Back. That way. That was time I went quick, didn't it? Quicker than I could read. I just get you back up to health, boy. I wonder if this thing only attacks with Demi, so it can't technically kill you. Or can Demi kill? Demi's like, I'm sure gravity magic's meant to work where it takes like 8% of your life, not all of your life. It can never take all of your life. I think. Let's just go for it. If I die on the first boss, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Go for the power grip. Get it done with arm. Bingo! It's getting colder in this room as I'm playing this. Loads of spiky hair. 7 was the worst for spiky hair. And then after 7, it stopped being like spiky hair and started being like spiked down hair. Squall had like big spiky hair down, and then what's his name from Zedel? What am I thinking? I'm thinking of a definite Z name for Final Fantasy IX's main character. I need to find out now. FF9, which is an IX. You know your Roman numerals. Final Fantasy taught me Roman numerals. Yeah. Zidane. That's his name. I knew it was Z. He had that spiky down hair. Right. Flickering means spikes is gonna happen next. So you're going to spike next. But are you going to spike if I attack you?
This could be bad.
It could be, couldn't it? That's why I also like that he didn't wear one sleeve.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Going to attack the power couplers, aren't you? Someone's been watching Phantom Menace. Come on. My old man. Crunch every step of the way. Here we go. Titus, the boy who screamed. I think it's a bit weird, like, up to this point.
Hey.
Memory correct.
Hey.
Like, Cloud was a quiet antagonist. Then you had
My old
Squall, who was the quietest antagonist. Then Zidane, who was a bit of a, like, cheeky chap, but definitely quiet. And then all of a sudden you've got 10, and your main character's got this voice and talks all the time. Because obviously they wanted to show off voice acting in 10. Don't know where I'm going to be going. I'm not going to be able to turn the camera down, am I? Do I just need to keep going down? Can I go down any further than this? Do I need to be going over here? Well, there we go. That looks like something. Yeah, there we go. I'll bake. That's a bloody restaurant in Newcastle.
Anybody there?
What's the language called in this game? And how am I going to butcher its pronunciation? I think this might be like an in-between place, because it's not as sunny as I remember the main setting being. And yeah, it's been like 5-6 years, so I forget the actual thing. So there is a language to decode in this game, and I'm sure there's a decoding book somewhere around here. Like, not here, but somewhere on this bit. So I'm just gonna swim around and keep my eyes up for some books. Yeah, that is just over the bridge. There we go. That looks like that's... Minimap's telling me that that's a weird place down there. Just clearly I want to be going straight ahead. Can't jump across there, can I? No. Minimap says something's down here. There we go. He pushing, I pushing, who pushing? Ooh. It was a very slow fall there, Titus. What's he doing now? Bigger fish. There's always a bigger fish. Yeah, or I might... I'm working on getting back through the Godfather trilogy, so I might spend some time and watch Godfather 2 with a pizza, with dinner, when I have some dinner. Well, I'm kind of feeling this at the minute, so I might just continue playing this for a bit. The other option was jumping back on Siege or Rust. But yeah, there's no real solid plans. I'm just kind of chilling this evening. Yourself? What are you up to? Anything fun? Preemptive strike, that means I get to strike first. There's no way to strike. It literally says boss. Got nothing special here. I've never really been too bothered by it. Other than it being cold. The most relevance that this date has to me is that it is the day that I had a big accident that wrecked my back. I still feel my back and knees and shoulders today. That was 2012. 9 years ago. It's been 9 years since I got my big injury. Spent 2 weeks on the couch because I couldn't go up the stairs. But yeah, that's all this day means to me, really. But I forget about it. I forgot about it. Go on, you can do it. You can do it. I'm sure that's the exact scene from. It is, isn't it? That's exactly how that happens in the Phantom Menace. The Gungan sub gets just through the tunnel whilst the big thing gets stuck. Snakes, I would love to spam. Hang on, I can spam you up here. If it would work properly. There we go. Right. I don't have your bugger mode. I've already got your cowboy, your rainbow cowboy. I'm gonna have to actually throw you some real money at you. Right. Completely wasn't watching what was happening story-wise. I'm just enjoying the heat. There we go. I'm sure that's the language. That's the language that I built there.
Food.
And it's like, it's a really interesting mechanic.
What do you
because
want?
Characters in this game speak that language, and the more books you collect to translate that language, the more the subtitles actually change. So it's really cool.
To say that.
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who? Me?
Got little squeezies. Keep the blood flowing in my fingers in this cold weather. Of course he cried. He's tired. That's what he's famous for, crying and laughing. And that fake laugh too. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I know. I'm on your tires. I know what's going to happen. I've got no skills. This is all this is going to be. A back and forth. Bouncing, bouncing. This feels like an early Pokemon fight. I used to never play tactically on Pokemon. Straight up, just attack it. Keep attacking it. Use the strongest attack. Who the hell? Is that the one that joins my party later or not? Well, these are the guys. These are the guys. They speak their own language. What is she called? She's like... She's in X2, using grenades. Certain items like grenades have special effects when used. These items can only be used during battle by selecting the special ability use. It's the only thing it's going to let me do. So those are just like items from the other games. In fact, grenade was... I'm sure grenade's been an item in all games before this one. Okay, I should probably stick to the grenades. Ooh, yeah, steel. So she's the mugger in this. Yeah, yeah. Bye bye. Right, what I want to know is what these guys are called again. 2 ability speeds. That's how I use the level up in this one. Is that the first one with the final? Is that the first one with the level up screen? It doesn't feel as dramatic as they wanted it to be. Oh, he just wants to know that she's human.
Hey, let me go.
Let me go. There we go. That's the language. Don't know E word. Yo, Skip. We're currently trying to decide whether or not this is a safe or unsafe situation. And so far I only know the word fiend in this other language. Oos. Gut punch. That's some Bruce Lee shit to cause that much damage from that distance, like. That's how you know she's the brawler character. He's not even holding a gun.